Stana was a poor girl who lived in a secluded village. Zora was a neighbor and best friend in a village without many inhabitants. Stana had no parents and lived with her grandfather. One day, the grandfather showed a letter sent to him by his brother from a big city. In the letter, the grandfather's brother invites Stana to come and live with him in the city. Stana immediately shared this good news with her neighbor Zora. Then Stana begged her grandfather to take Zora with her to the big city. To the joy of the girls, the grandfather finally agreed to let Zora go with Stana. Grandpa harnessed the cows and drove the girls to the train station behind the hill. The train arrived and the girls happily boarded. Grandfather gave Stana a letter in which he begs his brother to help his neighbor Zora. Soon, the girls got hungry and rushed at the food they had brought. Then Zora offered Stana to try her blackberry juice. Stana passed out from the drugs in the juice, and Zora threw away her bag. When Stana woke up, she couldn't remember anything. Zora convinced Stana that she is Zora, and Zora is, from now on, Stana. At the station, Zora ran into her grandfather's brother's arms as if she were Stana. Zora introduced Grandpa to Stana as if she were a neighbor and they set off. Grandpa took the girls to his house. Grandpa gave Zora a nice bedroom. He placed Stana in the attic of the house. Zora told her grandfather that Zora was mentally ill and that she was taking care of her. Then she gave her grandfather's letter in which grandfather begs his brother to help Zora. Grandfather had no children, and was glad that Stana would live with him. Grandpa hired Stana in his car wash. A young manager was given the task of training Stana to work. In the beginning, Stana did big stupid things in the car wash. With the wholehearted help of Stana's manager, she was more and more successful in her business. Zora got the best clothes and behaved like a rich woman. Rich suitors came and took her to crazy parties. She was carousing and became famous. She has been brought home before dawn, tired and drunk. On Sundays, the manager took Stana for walks by the river. They were always accompanied by the manager's dog, running happily around. At one point, the dog pulled out some kind of bag from the bushes. The manager took the dirty bag and cleaned it. Then Stana took out an album with pictures from her bag. She opened the album and saw pictures of herself with her grandfather and parents. Stana suddenly flashed before her eyes and she remembered everything. Stana told the manager that she is the real Stana and that Zora is a fraudster. The manager took the album to Grandpa, and informed him that he had been scammed. Grandpa was shocked to learn that he had probably been tricked. Grandpa called Stana and Zora and confronted them. Zora claimed that she was Stana, and that Stana was a mentally ill neighbor. Then the grandfather showed an album with pictures of Stana with his grandfather. Zora started to get hysterical, and eventually confessed to the fraud. Grandpa ordered Zora to return all the gifts and get out of the house. Grandpa hugged Stana for a long time and apologized for the mistake he made. Stana was very grateful to the manager and love was born between them. Grandfather noticed their closeness, and decided to marry them. He arranged a magnificent wedding for them and gave them all his possessions. The guests were entertained by the famous orchestra, and the singer was a neighbor of Zora.